Welcome back. This time we're going to continue looking at plurality elections. Specifically, what happens if a candidate does not receive a majority of the votes? Well, with plurality, you can have a winner having less than 50%, and that means that majority of the participants, the voters, are going to be unhappy with the outcome. So a way to mitigate that is to have what's called a runoff election. The way we're going to do a runoff election is first, we're going to be doing another election by plurality as seen before. Now, if no candidate receives majority of the votes, then what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate all but the top two candidates, those who have the top two number of votes in a plurality election. We're going to take those remaining two and put them through a two-person plurality election. And since we only have two people in our plurality election, one candidate will have majority. Now think about this. Back to 1992, we had these numbers that Bill Clinton won 43% of the vote. George Bush had about 38% of the vote, and Ross Perot had about 19% of the vote. Clearly, the top two candidates were Clinton and Bush. It's rare that a third-party candidate actually kind of makes a contribution. Instead, what could happen is that what if we completely drop Ross Perot? Those votes have to go someplace else. Well, this would be our runoff election. No candidate had received majority, so we take the top two and we vote again. This presents some logistical issues because think about how big the presidential elections are in the United States. We have to go through all that pomp and circumstance again. It's expensive to do that. Now, we can go through that. Some countries actually do runoffs and then kind of go again and go again and go again. An alternative is to use what's called preference rankings. Instead of revoting each time, Maine has actually started to do this. Instead of revoting each time a runoff is done, voters consider ranking all candidates in order of their preference. So what we have here is called a preference table. We've got our four different candidates, and each candidate is going to be ranked 1 through 4 based upon my first choice, my second choice, my third choice, my fourth choice. Now across the top, rather than writing out every single vote separately, what I see is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total votes. Rather than having 11 separate columns, we're going to group together those that are the same. So across the top, these are the number of voters that voted a specific way. The second column, there are 3 voters that say Tuesday is their first choice, Friday is their second choice, Wednesday is their third choice, and Thursday is their fourth choice. The way we can read this is if we go for our plurality vote, we're going to count the number of first place votes. So just strictly plurality, you get 1 vote, and that's it. So the preference table, I'm going to start off by identifying our first choice candidates. Going across the top, Tuesday receives 1 vote. Tuesday receives another 3 votes. Tuesday has a total of 4. Wednesday receives 1 vote and a second vote. Wednesday receives a total of 2 votes. Thursday receives 1 vote. Thursday receives an additional 2 votes. Thursday has a total of 3. And lastly, Friday has a total of 2 votes. So our plurality winner is Tuesday. The runoff comes in. If we look at, we've got 2 candidates that have the top 2. Out of a total of 11 votes, if we add everything together, 4 is not the majority of 11. You need at least 6 votes to be considered the majority. So the runoff, what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate all but those top 2 candidates. So we're going to do a runoff between Tuesday and Thursday. Here's where we need to pay attention. Any vote that originally went to one of those candidates stays with those 2 candidates. Any vote that was going to a now eliminated candidate needs to go someplace else. So we're going to compare the rankings for those lost columns. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at the higher ranking. So that first column, titled 1, I'm going to look at Tuesday is ranked 4th, Thursday is ranked 2nd. If your first place is not available, you're going to rank for your second choice over your fourth choice. The next column, Tuesday is ranked 3rd, Thursday is ranked 4th. We're going to go for our higher ranking. Tuesday, is going to get that extra vote. And the last column, Thursday is ranked 3rd, Tuesday is ranked 4th. We're going to vote for our higher rank. So what happens is Tuesday gets 1 additional vote, and then Thursday gets 1 additional vote to 3 additional votes, bringing Tuesday to a total of 5 votes and Thursday to a total of 6 votes. Thursday is our runoff winner.